Hi, how are you? This is your friend Sophie here with another episode of Call a Liberal. I am your friendly neighborhood leftist, Sophie of sexwithsophie.com. I teach people how to talk to each other about sex and sexuality, which, due to that being heavily focused on things like abortion and trans rights and gay marriage and all the things that are within my wheelhouse, I've morphed into speaking on politics and current events and this latest administration, all with the goal of trying to find common ground with one another. I am not a debater. This is definitely um, your place to come if you want to have a nice, calming, chill discussion about anything. I have a list of topics that I'll put up for you now. Let's see if you can, most of you can see them. I think everyone can see them now. Um, yeah, this is your time and your space to call a liberal. And so, with that being said, oh my goodness, someone is really helping me with my engagement. Thank you. I'm getting a lot of wonderful comments. The ice tipla, that's hilarious. Um, yeah, it's already out there, man. Like they're already lying to people, going into schools, going into churches, going into all the places that are supposed to be sanctuaries for people. It's pretty sad. Let's see. Didn't earn it. Discrimination, discrimination, two genders. All right. And yeah, so just to let you know, like they're already like tricking people. And it's done in such an insidious way. I saw a report today where they already have a immigration official that they meet with regularly, just about every couple weeks, every couple months. So they're already in communication with someone in the government about their court date, about their asylum process, about their immigration process and documentation. And so they called them in for what they thought would be a routine meeting because they're doing everything right, following the law, following the asylum and immigration process. And they got caught up in an ICE raid at their what was supposed to be standard immigration meetings. So, how is that? I'd love for you guys to, Joe, let me know. Like, how is that getting the criminals out? How is that getting the people who aren't supposed to be here out if they're actually setting up stings for people who are already faithfully and religiously going to their immigration meetings about their asylum process and immigration process? It really makes no sense. Glenn, tell me more about that. What you mean? Like what do you define merit as? Like what do you think is going to change moving forward? Um, I'll be honest, we actually have a pretty awesome litmus test. I never thought I would say that, given that the litmus test is that affirmative action was taken away by the Supreme Court. Um, but we actually so we see what happens when I guess like really DEI focused program, probably the most DEI focused program that we had in this country is taken away. So tell me what you mean by merit only and what your expectations are from this kind of latest attack on DEI. Because again, we already see how it actually disproportionately harms white women. So it's like really kind of funny. Like all the white people think that this is going to help them out, when in actuality, 76% of the people who are being fired from these DEI executive positions and leadership roles are white women. The majority of people who benefit from DEI, all programs are white women. So I'm not too sure if they're thinking and conflating the fact that DEI is not just black and brown people. And in fact, again, since affirmative action was taken away, and feel free to interrupt at any time if you want to call in or leave a text on that number. You can also join my Discord. That information is on my website, sexwithsophie.com/links. But yeah, like black women, black people, the hiring rates, the university acceptance rates have all stayed at pretty much the same levels. The people getting hit are, again, white women and Asians. There's actually a lawsuit going on now because Asians have seen such a decrease in admittance to universities. I'm not sure about their effect from the hiring practices, but we should see. Martin Luther King said you shouldn't be judged on your skin color, yet you want to push DEI. What do you think he meant by the rest of the speech? Like, I know people lift up, all my children be judged by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. Do you understand what the rest of the speech was about? It was about class consciousness more than anything. Y'all realize he didn't get killed for civil rights. Yeah, he didn't get killed for civil rights. He didn't get um, killed for pushing anti-racism. He got killed because, and this is all put out by the FBI and COINTELPRO. He was targeted once he started trying to help people unionize and talking about class consciousness. So I think we all really should take a note from that book if we're going to take a note from Martin Luther King and look at how we need to focus on coming together and understanding that we have a lot more in common, my friends, than we have that separates us. To take a note from Kamala Harris. Yeah, that's what it said. The content of your character than the color of your skin. So everything that we are arguing about, it's bullshit, you guys. It's bullshit. And honestly, like, I would love, 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 love for you to think about this, like, and tell me and explain to me again what you feel is going to happen, like in a year from now. What are we going to look up and be and see in the workplace, in housing and universities? Like, what do you think we're going to see? Because I'm honestly thinking, and again, tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. But I'm thinking that white people in particular are expecting that there's just going to be more white people in these roles and that black people are going to be taking over the jobs that the migrants and immigrants are going to be kicked out of, and that all will go back to the way it was in the good old days. And um, that's what you're hoping to see. Is that correct? Is that not correct? If that's what you're wanting, I hate to say it, but again, we have this litmus test of how things went once affirmative action was taken away. And things didn't change too much for black people. Uh, Things didn't change too much for Hispanics, even. It's definitely more that white women, white people, and Asians have been negatively impacted by taking away affirmative action. So, again, with all these DEI things going on, I just don't think that what you're expecting to see is actually going to happen. And, I just don't want you guys to be set up for disappointment. You know, let's see. Let me try to catch up with some of your comments, friends. Kamala is unfit. Dems keep crying. How is Kamala Harris unfit? I would love for you to explain what qualifications you felt she wasn't meeting. Um, what more could she have done? What degree could she have gotten? What experience could she have had that would let you feel like Kamala Harris was acceptable in that role? I'm going out on a limb. I'm going to say you're probably not going to be able to think of any, because I'm going to guess that your racism and sexism and misogynoir are why you don't think that Kamala Harris was fit for office. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'd love for you to share what it was that you felt she could have done or been or added to her repertoire or added to her list of experiences, added to her resume to make her fit for office. Very, very curious about that. DEI is racism. Again, explain. I'd love to understand how that's the conclusion you're coming to. Uh, Everyone voted for this, all because food prices, give me a break, will be worse. Ray, I know, sir. I know. And it's sad because we all want this. We all want lower prices at the grocery store. We all want to feel safe. We all want to have control over our bodies and our destinies and our freedom. And we all want to love who we want to love and pray to who we want to pray to or not pray to anybody. Um, we all want the same fucking things, guys. So how is it that we're so diametrically opposed from one another? It makes no sense. So everybody in here talking about DEI, DEI, who the fuck gives a fuck about DEI? We need to be taking a note out of this new wave of class consciousness that started to swell and then bring that shit back, because you guys, you have so much more in common with me, with who you perceive to be DEI hires, with these immigrants getting kicked out of the country. You have more in common with them than you will ever have with Donald Trump or Elon Musk. Just to let you know, like, we're all here uh, trying to find bridges and connection with one another. I'm very, very happy to take calls if you want to chat and kind of break down and unpack some of these things, because I fear that we're getting caught up in the, as Midas Touch would say, weapons of mass distraction that are happening right now. Like, who's talking about Luigi Mangione these days? This was only like a month ago that we were all coming together with new class consciousness. It absolutely makes no sense. So, I mean, I'm very happy to explain DEI and talk about DEI. I did have some thoughts to share on that. Um, Please interrupt at any time if you're wanting to um, chime in or, again, unpack some things with me. Not to debate, not to debate. Oh, okay. Well, tell me, what do you have in common with Trump and Musk? Apart from your race and gender, I'm guessing. Apart from that, I'll give you those two things. But apart from that, what on earth? What on earth do you have in common with these men? Yeah, Trump is the president. And you know, what's so funny is I'm not mad at anything Trump's doing. We all knew what he was going to do. He said what he was going to do. He's just doing what he said he's going to do. My gripe is with the people who actually heard what he said he's going to do and thought that that was okay. It really, really makes no sense to me. Ross, you got to break it down, sir. Again, like, uh how is Elon Musk and how is Donald Trump more like you than you are like me? Let's break it down. Let's break it down. So when it comes to DEI, I'm already seeing this misconception that, excuse me, that DEI means black people. Again, as I stated earlier, the people who benefit most from DEI are actually white women. So all the white people thinking this is some kind of benefit for blacks and blacks only, you're actually shooting your own race in the foot, which is really quite stupid. So let's stop being dumb. And if you want to advocate for white power and white supremacy, then you're gonna have to, like, really consider the fact that you're beating down your white sistren by attacking DEI. Also, DEI means disabilities, people who have uh, disabilities. There's plenty of white people with disabilities as well as black people with disabilities. So I definitely feel like you should, again, consider the poor white people that you're trashing by trashing DEI. What about LGBTQIA plus people? A lot of them happen to be white. So again, I don't understand why we are trying to attack your own race in the name of, you know, attacking black people or something. And I guess the thing I really want you guys to think about, oh, he totally did the salute. You gotta tell me, like, if you were in his position and he he or you accidentally did something that was so offensive that It's called out in the news. You're called out by, you know, religious people and you're called out by all these folks. And you don't apologize. You don't say, oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. You don't issue a statement of any sort. But what you do is go support the AfD in Germany, which is the Nazi party of Germany. They literally have ads where they're doing the symbol. um, they go into Europe and Italy in particular and support the Nazi and white supremacist parties in Europe and in Italy. It definitely needs to be addressed that he did not apologize. He did not recant. He did not say that he did not do the salute. So what else are we left to believe? And honestly, again, just like this DEI thing is a weapon of mass distraction, you this whole salute, like honestly, did we really need that? Do we really need to guess at his intentions when we know for a fact that he's a full-on fascist and full-on Nazi supporter by what his actions everywhere else have done and said and implied and actually uh, outright declared, you know? So no, I don't really give a fuck about the salute. I give a fuck about the fact that he's giving money, time, attention, his sway to the actual literal Nazi party in Germany of all places and all over Europe. It's pretty terrible. Let's see. We won. Nothing to apologize. No, you don't have to apologize for anything. It's a democratic process. He said, my heart goes out to you, and put his hand in his heart and did a Nazi salute. Yes. Stop playing the race card. What do you mean? How am I playing the race card? I'd love for you to explain. That's not my intention. You're called out by corrupt legacy media. You're called out by whiny liberals. I'm called out. You know what? I did get called out. I did get called out. I stream and interact on a lot of like alt tech, alt right platforms because I don't want to just get my information from CNN or MSNBC or Brian Tyler Cohen or Aaron Parnas. You know, I definitely want to have a really full range of media sources. So I look at, um, Charlie, what's his face, and I've even looked at some Nick Fuentes, and I actually don't really mind like Kim Iverson. So I'm all over like Rumble, uh, X and Kick, of course, Locals, Gab. Yes, I have a Gab account. I have to like screenshot some of that for you guys someday. It's pretty crazy. Um, but yeah, I'm all up in the right wing spaces. But guess which one I can't access anymore? True Social. Because President Donald Trump's first action when he got into office was to kick all the liberals off of, I'm guessing, because I got a full on indefinite ban from True Social on the day that he was elected. So, or that the day that he took office, excuse me. So that should really tell you guys something, because I'm not here trying to uh, call you my enemy. I think you're my brother. I think you're my sister. I think you're my them, they, them, whatever you want to be to me. Um, I don't think we're on opposite sides of shit. I absolutely think we all want the same things here. And so when I'm in those spaces, I think it's much more dangerous to push that ideology that we should be friends here. We should have a common interest because we have a common interest, guys. So I absolutely think, you know, that was the reason that I got a ban because I hadn't even posted for a few weeks. I was sick. So I think literally the day that he took office, they did some kind of keyword search or whatever, and I'm out, open, out of the closet liberal on True Social. And yeah, my account was banned. Let's see, bro, have you seen the pictures and videos Kamala doing the same thing? She wasn't doing the same thing. You can absolutely tell that, yeah, I've seen the videos. You can tell the difference between making a gesture, pointing with your hand, even if it's the same thing, he wasn't they weren't doing the actual salute. And they didn't do it twice. And if they offended someone, nobody said anything at the time. Nobody was calling it out, oh, that they did this Nazi salute at the time. They're just going back and hunting through pictures to try to find something similar. It's silly. But again, they didn't also then go speak to the fucking Nazi party in Germany and in Italy and all across Europe. They didn't go give money to the Nazi party. They didn't go support Nick Fuentes. It's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. Let's see. Why don't you say the same thing about Kamala doing the salute? Again, they didn't do the salute. And they didn't follow it up with equally fascist Nazi actions like Ellen did. Then I should watch Newsmax. I do watch some Newsmax, but I watch Fox News some. But honestly, there's only so much I can take. I'm a mom. I do other things. I have a fucking life. That's the thing I gotta say that I'm noticing though in these right wing spaces, like Gab especially. God damn, this is all you got. This is all you fucking have. White supremacists? That's your whole goddamn identity. What the fuck? Like, you have got to get out, meet some people, go travel, something. There's more that exists in this world than just sitting around watching fucking Newsmax. Are you serious? Explain why you don't call out Kamala for, again, yeah, because they're your people. What do you mean? Who's my people? Nick Fuentes is not my people. I'll watch them. Crowder, Steven Crowder. I'll watch all that. You're right. Kamala was actually, but again, Kamala Harris didn't go into Germany and then speak to the AfD, which is their Nazi party. That's an elitist thing to say. Explain to me how what I said was elitist. Let's see. That people should travel and people should add to their identities beyond being white. Yes, you need to get out more. That's the biggest takeaway that I've seen moving into, I guess, these right wing spaces like Gab, like Locals, like Rumble, like all that. Um, because honestly, because it's again, it's all you've got. I think this whole thing with DEI even. And again, correct me if I'm wrong. Feel free to call in and break it down for me. But my perception of it is that the only reason DEI is even an issue is because it's all you have to maintain your superiority, you know? Because I can tell you the facts. I can tell you the truth. DEI is not affirmative action. We're not lowerings of standards. They were not like giving people jobs that they weren't qualified for. That's just the fucking facts. Like, DEI did not, affirmative action did not say, hey, there's a white guy, there's a black guy. I don't care that the black guy doesn't have a college degree or didn't do everything as good as this white guy. I'm going to give him the job. That's just simply not how it works. But not only do you not hear what I'm saying, but if you actually looked it up and said, oh yeah, you know what, you're right, this wasn't that. It's not like you're suddenly going to tomorrow, in that second, be like, oh, I was wrong, sorry. You're so beholden to the fact that you're thinking that anybody in a position who's black or a woman, I guess, or gay or whatever, was handed that job, that they were unqualified for that job, that they're not as smart as you. You're projecting so fucking hard, So of course you want to try to take it away because you're thinking that, oh, this is basically all I fucking have. This is all I have to give my intelligence some credence and something to juxtapose against, you know? So yeah, it's absolutely more so about your own inferiority complexes. Because again, we have this litmus test with affirmative action being taken away and it not even touching the level of admittances to colleges for Black people. So like again, you're only shooting white people, in particular white women, in the foot by going so hard against DEI. And the only reason that you're doing it is again because you have to feel like you are superior to Black people when again DEI is for so many groups of marginalized folks. It's insane. So yeah, that's why I say that, and I forgot your name already, so sorry. Ben Dover. Okay, thank you for calling. Let me grab the line. Oh, I didn't make it in time. I'm sorry. Please call back if you can. There you go. Hi, this is Sophie. What's your name? Hi, can you hear me okay? Maybe okay. Yep, it didn't seem to work. Okay. Yeah, guys, feel free to give me a buzz whenever it strikes your fancy. I am a huge fan of like Destiny and Luke Beasley and Javon Bradley, but that is not me. I'm really just looking for some discussion. So here we go. Hi, this is Sophie. What's your name?
Hey Sophie, it's Gil. How you doing today?
I'm so sorry. Did you say Gil?
Gil with a G, Gilf. Gil.
Gils. Hi, how are you? How's everything going?
Going well. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Where are you watching me from?
On TikTok.
Oh, hi. Yeah, what was floating to the top for you?
Oh, so I just I've been hearing a lot about the DEI training, and you know I don't really care too much that it's not in the workplace anymore. I mean, I work for a corporate company, and I've done the DEI trainings and all the other trainings, and I've worked in the office for now from remote, but even when we were in the office, I mean, that was just a way to get out of work for a half an hour, and I mean, like to be honest with you, the whole diversity training, I mean, you should just be learning that in life, like in school, like as you grow up. By the
Yeah.
time you get to the workplace, I mean, you should be way far past that. And I'm not saying there's not racist adults or people that, but there ain't no training that's going to help those type of people.
That's that is like truer words really have not been spoken, Gil. In fact, what's so crazy about this whole thing for me is that I used to work in DEI like really heavily. And one of the reasons I kind of got kicked out is because I kind of made the mistake of asking for evidence, asking for research, asking for something to back up that these, like you said, these kind of kumbaya sessions were actually efficacious, like they were actually helping children, they were actually changing people's mindsets. And
Yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just agreeing with you. I was just saying 100%.
Yeah, so I feel like there's so much that could have been done to fill that hole, to really do that's what she said. But now like to really do the research, to really try to put some actual measurements and metrics in place, milestones to check, like were test scores getting better, were there less incidences of suspensions, because that's been proven that teachers tend to suspend or what do you call it, when you kick a kid out of school. I can't think of the word for it.
Expel.
Yeah, or
Expel.
expel. They tend to suspend and expel Black children. especially black little girls, more than they do other students, even though there's the same rate of, disciplinary actions or transgressions. So, there's so many things we could have done to hone DEI, to make it better. But, to throw the baby out with the bathwater kind of sucks. Um, but I do get that it had problems. It really did. I mean, but what do
Well,
you think?
yeah, I feel like people hear DEI and they think it's like Section 9. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like it's not like affirmative action. You know what I mean? Like just because a place says they're not doing DEI training doesn't mean that people of color aren't going to get promoted or get hired in that place anymore. I think they're just saying that they're just not going to you know they're not going to worry about training you know like people that are not intelligent. I mean, I think they're going to put the onus of the interviewer, the person who is giving this person this job, to kind of speak to them and make a conclusion. Is this person smart enough to work with other people, no matter who they are?
I understand that. I think that I guess what I take issue with DEI being taken away is more so that, again, like you said, people assume DEI is this one thing, you know, and that it helps this one group, when not only does it help this wide variety of people, including, women and disabled people and LGBTQIA people who are oftentimes white, but also it's not just about having these training sessions. It's not just about hiring more black people. It's also about doing things that help your pipeline. It's about doing things like taking the criminality box off your application. It's about having career fairs at like a HBCU when you might not have done that before. So it's such a multi-pronged thing that when DEI, especially when it's done right, really does help to um, bring just a wider variety of viewpoints and experiences into your workplace or your school. And so it is sad that that's, not going to be as important or deemed as important, especially when we have so much actual research and studies and papers that show that having a more diverse workforce or student body has just innumerable benefits for the long run and short term. So, I mean, I get the gripes, but again, I just don't think we should throw the baby out with the bathwater. But I mean, what do you see then, like a year from now? What do you want to see happen from uh, the DEI being taken away?
Yeah, so I mean, again, I to me just seems like one less training video that someone has to take, and I even look at it as like when we were kids and we would get our first job, whether it's at the grocery store, McDonald's, whatever it is, they make you watch these training videos. Again, you're not really paying attention to, and the examples are just so off the wall. But I will say, at the premise of what you explain, the premise of DEI, it just sounds great. But that goes for so many programs and so many ideas out there. A
Mhm.
lot of them, they sound amazing when they're explained. They're just not performed the way they should be performed. But what I will say, just to sum of this up too,
Mhm.
is I know that a lot of people, they get upset about who the president is and who gets elected and whatnot. But what people really do need to keep in mind is more so about the state you live in, more so about the person who's running your country.
Mhm.
I'm very fortunate. I come from Massachusetts.
Mhm.
We have the best hospitals, the best education in the whole country here. And I mean, it trickles down from everything else. I've lived here my whole life, and I see what's on the news. I
Mhm.
see what's going on the internet around the country in all these different areas. We just don't experience that stuff in Massachusetts. And I wonder, is it the fact that, our education level is so high that
Mm.
we're just that much more intelligent that we don't fall into some of those same issues? But I mean, again, like when Roe v. Wade got overturned, yes, that sucks if you live in Texas. But if you live in Massachusetts, it doesn't matter because our state trumps it all. You know what I
Well,
mean? Like, so again, it really depends what state you live in, because your state is really going to determine how some of these federal laws are affecting you.
that and while that's true, I think unfortunately with this administration in particular, when you give them an inch, they take a mile. So, yes, it seems like, okay, they gave it back to the states, and now you only have to really worry about it if you're in a southern state. But now you see cases where, like a New York obstetrician who mailed a Texas patient a medical abortion pill or abortion drug or whatever, mifepristone or whatever. Um, she's now being sued. She's now being threatened with like a criminal case and jail time for doing that. And I think her state, I think New York actually had to do like a separate shield law just to protect her. So there's all this like back and forth that ultimately means that it doesn't matter if you're from the north. You're still gonna have these same problems. Honestly, too, like it's not like the people who are in the South don't still need these services. So what you start to see is that in the North or in the states where it's acceptable or where it's, things are still going as they were before Roe v. Wade was overturned, they now have such a huge influx of patients coming from these, more restrictive areas. So they're not giving their states patients the highest quality of care because they're now being overrun. Um, so it does affect every state, even though the hardest restrictions are on the South. And again, as this administration gets more power and starts to encroach even more and more, you really think there's not going to be like a federal abortion ban? You really think there's not going to be
I
Project
mean, if there
2025
is, what does it
enacted?
last for 4 years?
Say
You
that
know
one more
what I'm
time.
saying?
Oh my,
I said, if there is a federal abortion ban, I mean, what does it last for 4 years? And then the next person comes in and they're like, well, that was stupid, right? And changes
well,
it. Like,
that's 4 years. Okay, think about this. Just since like since the 1 year mark from Roe v. Wade being overturned and a lot of those like trigger laws happening in the South, there was a statistic that 64,000 women that we know of were forced to give birth to their rapist babies. 64,000. That's just the southern states. That's just in 1 year. So think about all the crazy cases that could happen in that 4 years time with a federal ban. Not only that, but I always talk about my abortion because I think abortion's awesome. Because if I didn't have an abortion, I wouldn't have my little girl. I had a miscarriage at 7 weeks with my first IVF attempt. And I was lucky enough, I live in the UK, which is, thank fucking God. So the next day I was able to get an abortion to remove my deceased fetus. And 30 days later, I was pregnant with my second IVF attempt, which is now my 1 year old baby. So I love abortion, but think about my case. Every time I share that, people are like, well, that's not abortion. Yes, the fuck it is. I had a DNC, dilation and curettage. So if my one single story, shows that people have such a misunderstanding about what abortion is, and abortions clearly help women beyond those who are just like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to get pregnant every week. Let's have an abortion party, girls. Like this mythical woman that they think is getting all these abortions. Um, you know, Once you start to contextualize it that way, think about all the women who are harmed who want to have families, who just had a situation where their baby passed away or that their baby had a life threatening or terminal illness or situation. There's so many things that we just cannot account for that you just can't say, oh, that's not a real abortion or that's, yes, the fuck it is, you know? So ultimately, like, not to kind of harp on this, but, it matters and it is going to hit, every single state in America, even if you're, not experiencing some of the stuff that the South might right now. And even right now, again, you're still having to deal with an influx of people coming from the South. You're still having to deal with, again, lawsuits and threats of jail time, even if you're not from the South. So long way to say,
And
like, just don't don't be so flippant about it, Gills. It's so much
and
more serious.
I will say too,
Hmm.
my old argument towards a lot of this was, we have checks and balances in this country. You know what I mean? And the president only has 33% power. He really can't, do much. You know what I mean, with that 33% power, right?
Okay.
But the problem now is that the House are Republicans as well.
Yes.
So now they technically have 66% of the power.
And
So
then think about the
that's where
judiciary.
well, but yeah, well, the judiciary, you know what I mean. So what? Because you're trying to say because like half of them would be Republicans
The
essentially.
majority are very conservative, voting and leaning. Yes. So
So
isn't
I
that
mean,
like 100% right now?
in a sense, but I have heard that the Supreme Court has deemed some of the things he has done unconstitutional. So granted that I'm not saying that they're not going to squeak the wheel and help him get something by if need be, but it does seem like they are still trying to defend the Constitution a little. They're not just letting someone like run loose in the country. And then as far as the abortion thing goes, I would say with abortion, and again coming from someone like yourself that has experience with it, I definitely feel that it's just one of those things in life that um, I don't commend I don't look down on people for flip flopping on the situation because I definitely believe it could be something like, for example, like I had an abortion when I was a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in my 30s now. Abortion is it's not even something I can fathom at this point in my life. You know
Mm.
what I mean? If I was to get a girl pregnant by accident, then there would be no thought of an abortion. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? But again, when I was 17 years old, that definitely wasn't my mindset, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I do think that that is definitely a situation where people's minds do change because it really is a situation where I do feel it's like does it selfishness or selflessness, right? And it can be looked at both ways. You can be looked at selfishness because you're selfish for yourself and you want to and have your younger life,
Hmm.
or you could be looking at like selfless, right? Because you're giving up your life to take care of a young child, or it could be selfish to what I mean. It could go halfway, half full, both sides. So I can see how people can change their mind on that specific topic, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I really just pray that at the end of this 4 years, we're in a better situation than we were today, and that the next person that comes up is a little more brings a little more unity to the table.
Mm. Mm. I can, yeah, I can appreciate that. I'm with you there. I don't think we disagree on literally anything. so, so no,
Yeah, no.
I
So
hope so
it was
too.
great. It was great talking to you. I have to put the little one to sleep, but I'm gonna watch
Aw.
you, and I hope someone pops on and gives you some great conversation.
No, thanks, Gills. See ya. He was like, I'm out. I know how it is with the kids though, so I get it. Thank you for your call, sir. Um, yeah, that's awesome. And I'm sorry, I really do try to focus when I'm on the phone, so I've missed oh gosh, quite a few messages. I'm sorry. Um, okay, let me try to run back a little bit. And actually, I'm also streaming. Like TikTok is where it's at. Like this, you guys, this is my third day streaming live to TikTok, and things are always like popping off. So it's like clearly this is the place to be. So thank you so much for watching and for welcoming me into this TikTok live space. Like wow, I just really feel um amazed by just how much interaction and engagement there's been. Thank you. even some of the things that I think you think you're doing that are negative, like I love it. Thank you so much for sharing your opinion and telling me your perspective. Like that's what I'm here for. That's what I really want to know. But I am streaming to several other places. Kick, Twitch, Discord, all these right wing places, Rumble, X, stuff like that. Um, so I'm just checking to make sure I'm not missing anybody there. Um, and then I'll go back and try to catch up on some of these TikTok comments. Or again, if you want to interrupt at any time, give me a buzz. The number's on your screen. And TikTok sorry comments. Or again, if you want to interrupt at any time. Okay, that works. That's nice to know. Okay, yeah, so sorry. Okay. Also, if you don't mind, like if you're enjoying the conversation and if you're feeling my style, because again, I'm not about debate. I'm definitely not here trying to beat anybody over the head with your logical fallacies, this is all love here. I'm not like a Miss Kumbaya person. I'll tell you my opinion and stuff, especially because, I am more left leaning. But yeah, this is definitely a place for discussion. I don't think we're enemies. I don't think we're on opposite sides, even. I think we all want the same things. We all just want to be healthy and happy, and we want prices to go down. We want our children to be safe. We want to be free and have control over our own destinies and lives and bodies, and that's what we all want. So, again, if you're feeling this, I genuinely hope you'll follow me and give me a call if you want to chat. This is your time. This is your space to call a liberal leftist person and yeah, and ask questions or anything you like. All right, let's see if I can catch up on some of these comments. Let's see. Higher on skill, not skin. Again, there's literally no differentiation or lowering of standards or qualifications when DEI practices are in place. Anyone was more qualified than Orange Cheeto Man? I couldn't agree more. Have you seen the FFA president elected by Biden, and the guy knew nothing about aviation? Oh, no, honey, Jose. I think you were here yesterday. Welcome back, first of all. Second of all, I think you meant the FAA, not the FFA. But the guy who ran the FAA, literally the only reason he resigned on the day that Trump was sworn into office was because he received so much pressure from Trump because of Elon Musk. He fined Elon Musk $600,000. Excuse me, we're going to say Elon Musk. From now on, that's who this motherfucker is. Elon Musk. He fined Elon $600,000 for gross negligence with his Starlink product. I think after that one SpaceX explosion, it put debris all in their airspace, or a different airspace that he wasn't supposed to be in. And so he got fined, and Ellen had a fit and tweeted and cajoled Trump to dig in this guy's ass. And so when Trump took office, he resigned. And not only that, but think about the fact that all this stuff, the federal worker buyout stuff, and who are federal workers? You get the oh my gosh, my brain is deserting me today. The people who watch the aircraft screens, somebody help me. I've lost the term. Air traffic controllers. But yeah, how many of them left or took the buyout when they were already having a really hard ATC? Thank you, Miss Professional. But they were already having a really hard time with staffing. And then here he comes saying, let them go. And then he also gutted the Aviation Security Advisory Committee. So they haven't had any members since January 22nd. That's the group that uh, maintains the security and does all the checks and balances for the aviation world, I guess, in America at least. So anyway, like that's just a few things that Trump did in his first days in office that I think have a little bit more of a direct connection to why we're seeing so many issues in the sky, more than DEI anyway. So I absolutely must disagree with you, Jose. I'm sorry. If you have, again, if there's evidence out there that somehow women are dumber than men or black people are dumber than white people or whatever, I think that's what people are literally trying to say with all this. That's what you're saying. You're not saying, oh, we want to hire on merit. You're saying, I think that white people are smarter than everybody. White men are smarter than everybody. And that anybody who is black or a woman or gay or disabled is an idiot or stupid or less qualified. That's really all you're saying. So it's absolutely insane. But I digress. Let's see. A freaking squirrel would have helped the people more than Trump. I can't say I disagree. um, let's see. I need to start like following people who are making a lot of sense. Thank you so much, guys. Um, or it's not about an inferiority complex. Brienne of Tarth, what is it about? What is it about if it's not about an inferiority complex? They don't listen. They just keep talking like we will just accept your BS. Again, not sure what that's about. Happy Black History Month. Happy Black History Month to you too, photo finish. DEI is used in the military. Okay. I'm all for people having a choice, but basing a decision on someone's race is racism regardless. Regardless which way. Uh, I'm sorry. I'm all for people having a chance, not a choice. But basing. I cannot read, y'all. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning where I am, so I do apologize. I am exhausted. I had to take a train into Colchester to see my sister and my sister-in-law, and it's just been a long day. But let me try to actually use my brain. So blah 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 says I'm all for people having a chance, but basing a decision on someone's race is racism regardless. Not really. I mean, I've never in my life heard that giving someone a chance is the definition of racism. So, we can clarify that. DEI is racist. DEI is racist as fuck. DEI is bad for America and the whole world. DEI means didn't earn it. As Hispanic Caribbean person, I'm really offended by DEI. Are you really though? A lot of times I'll see that where you'll be like, as a black person, as a woman, as the gay, and it's actually like a white dude with a fake account just saying that. Didn't that one guy get caught? Who was that guy who got caught on his alt? Like he didn't change his alt Twitter account, and he was like, as a black man, and it was clearly this white dude saying that. So I never really. I'm sorry, Jose. It's hard for me to believe that. But then again, so many Spanish people voted for Trump, so maybe so. Let's see. How about a competent workforce instead of a diverse one? Again, that's you conflating, you know, diverse people as being incompetent. There's no lowering of standards or qualifications when it comes to DEI. Let's see. Oh gosh, Donald J. I see that when I was talking about my abortion, that you're saying that's not an abortion. I did have an abortion. I don't understand. So again, if you can't even properly define abortion, how are you voting to take that right away from a woman to make a decision with her medical professional, with her partner on whether or not she gets one if you don't even know what it is. That's insane. Bro, that's not an abortion. Stop conflating terms. Elective abortions and medically necessary ones aren't the same. Yes, they are. Now, there's this really big push. I follow Jessica Leventi's Abortion Everyday newsletter. It is stellar. Highly recommend. She wrote a book called Abortion and some long title after that. But just look for Jessica Leventi Abortion, the book, and Abortion Every Day, the newsletter. Stellar. But she's lifting up the fact that you'll see in a lot of these lawsuits and a lot of the, I guess, conservative Project 2025 Heritage Foundation language that is being used. They're trying to say that abortions that were necessary because of miscarriage or because, oh no, okay, sorry, I thought my stream went down, but no, they're trying to say that abortions that are medically necessary and not elective are called maternal fetal separations, that they're not abortions. But literally no no medical professional, with any kind of sense or competence would call it that. You only have the people who are very pro-life uh, trying to insert that language to act like there's this differentiation. And the reason they do that is so that they can more easily pass restrictive laws and restrictions on abortion and abortion access, to try and say that, oh, if it comes down to it and you're experiencing a miscarriage or experiencing hemorrhaging or whatever, and you go to the ER, they'll absolutely help you. So go ahead and put a limit on abortions and ban abortions because maternal fetal separations are different and they'll help you. But again, when that happens, and when that happened to Amber Nicole Thurman or Candy, what's her face, the girl in Texas, when that same situation happened, where there were supposed to be exceptions for them, um, that didn't happen and they died. So no, what a DNC of any sort is an abortion. It doesn't matter if the baby was electively terminated or not. It's an abortion. So again, you cannot try and redefine a term just because you don't like it. An abortion is an abortion is an abortion. Let's see. No one is seriously trying to ban medically needed abortions. They are, and they do, and they have. Bro, no one is trying to ban medically necessity abortion. Jose and Jimothy, you guys are literally saying you guys need to be friends. You guys need to be friends with each other. I'm gonna make a love connection right here. You guys be friends because you say literally one thing and then the person says the exact same thing. So yeah, without DEI, people aren't hired based on skin color, but their merits. Again, with DEI, they're hired based on their merits because there's no lowering of standards or qualifications. The president has said he doesn't want to ban abortion. Sweetheart, sweet love, my sweet summer child. What Donald Trump says and what he does can be totally different things. He lies a lot. And then sometimes you got to look at what he actually does say, if this makes sense. So okay, he said he wasn't going to be doing Project 2025. That's what people are trying to latch on to him saying he wouldn't have a federal abortion ban. He never actually said that. He just said that he didn't know what Project 2025 was. He didn't know who Project 2025 was or what they were doing. The reality is, if you look at the executive orders that he put out right away, he he literally is checking the boxes on Project 2025's agenda. just get an abortion. That woman, that's who you want to have a baby? That's who you want to subject a poor child into being the having them as a guardian? Okay. Okay, I actually care about kids and I don't want babies to have to be subjected to a mom who doesn't want them, who is not ready to have them, who is irresponsible, who is not ready. So I don't understand the logic there. Okay? And then B, just because abortions are available doesn't mean that women or pregnant people will always take that option. So that's why we do have teen moms, even in states that allow abortion, because some kids still feel like they're ready or that they can handle it, or it's their religious convictions or whatever. But they make that decision for themselves. Even some moms who are faced with uh, their child being non-viable or knowing that their baby will not survive, they don't always choose to terminate. There was a woman in Texas who knew her baby had oh, what is it called? Hydroencephaly, I want to say, where they did not have a brain at all. She knew her little girl was going to be born and not survive, and she still chose to carry her baby to term so that her baby's body could then be used for organ donation for another little baby who might need some help. So just because abortion is on the table, again, does not mean that every person who can get pregnant will take that option. Um, so you have to keep that as an option. So that's my gripe. I am really just blah 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 blah. And I just hope you can interrupt me at any time. I'm gonna stick around for another few minutes. So if you wanna give me a call, please, please, please feel free. I'm definitely um kind of going off on some tangents here, especially when Gil's brought up the whole abortion thing. I can see that's coming up. And also that's my list, one of my lists of topics to chat about. So again, I'm very happy to continue talking about DEI if you want to call and talk about that, or if you have anything else on your mind with the current events going on, or if you want to talk about your childhood or anything, like I'm absolutely fine with that. Um, let's see. I'm so sorry. Okay, it's because you don't turn into heated debate. You have honest conversation, regardless if we agree. Yes, yes, go Tigers. I couldn't agree more. Thank you. Um, Jared said, Jesus loves you. Jesus? Who's Jesus? Jesus loves me? Okay, thanks, I guess. Who's Jesus? Who's Jesus? Hi, Miss Professional. Oh, MJ, we might be cousins. You never know. Do I look like somebody in your family? Nira said DEI isn't affirmative action. Two different things, people. Thank you. They are two different things. Um, Cheeto man, Dems are so hateful. I'm sorry. If you think if you think that somebody calling Donald Trump, who is obviously orange and bathes in orange Fanta, uh, calling him a Cheeto man is hateful, but him saying that he genuinely thinks that the recent tragedies that happened occurred because of diversity hires, and even goes on to then bash mentally disabled people as if as if they're actually, and literally says that they're being put in air traffic control positions. Like, how not only hateful is that, but how fucking stupid is that? Like, god damn. MJ, happy Black History Month to you too. Duval said blah 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 blah. Tracy says Kamala lost. She did, yeah, she lost. I watched his Senate hearing. He was a DEI appointment. I know, that's what I don't quite understand is we're talking about merit, and yet how does Cash Patel, Tulsi Gabbard, RFK Jr., the Fox guy, like how do they have any sort of ability to be in the positions they are in without some sort of help, without having to lower standards, without having to uh, reduce the qualifications, which is what people think is happening with DEI when that's not even what DEI is. So, yeah, I do not understand. I do not get it. Um, he literally admitted he knew nothing. It wasn't the pressure. Agreed. Uh, Jose, you and me, I'm with you, man. Um, no, they didn't. Genius, spelled with a J. DOD. Thank you, Miss Professional. And I think I'm kind of catching up a little. Oh, no. Okay. I thought I was catching up a little bit. Oh, my gosh. Somebody said, Lady, please stop talking. We enjoyed it when you were on mute. Oh, so you just like looking at me. All right. Love it. If I was muted, that actually shouldn't have happened. I'd have to check my little system here. Let's see. Hopefully you can hear me now. Um, okay. I think when I go off for the calls, I have to make sure people are um on the line first before I get back to it. So sorry about that. But yeah, I don't have to say a word if this is all you need. If this is bringing in the good, nah, I just saw a reel where this girl was like, "I am a solid 5. I know how I look." Like that's me. I know where I land. On a good day, I could maybe be a 7 if I clean up nice on a good day. Like I married up. Let me tell you, I know what I got. 99% of abortions are for birth control. That is not true. In fact, speaking of birth control, 35 to 50% of abortions are necessary because of failed contraception. So you hear people say, oh, they should just wrap it up. Yeah, they did. May the power of Christ compel. Who is Christ? I've heard Jesus. I've heard Christ. I've heard these things. But who is Christ? Who is Jesus? Imagine being a Democrat, though. I am not a Democrat. I actually vote unaffiliated. I don't espouse any one policy. I'm just more on the left side. I tend to vote for Democrats, but I don't subscribe to that party. Prices ain't coming down, huh? I know. I know. Okay, I think I'm catching back up a little bit. So yeah, if you want to interrupt at any time and give me a call, you are more than welcome. I might start trying to uh, come to a close at some point. It's pretty late where I am. I live in across the pond. I don't know if I can say more than that. I got a ding for giving personal information, I think. So I don't know if I can say where I live, but I am 5 hours ahead of the East Coast, if that tells you anything. Um, so it's about 1:15 in the morning where I am. Let's see. They are better than what we had. Diana, can you explain? I'm sorry. It's insane how he defended what he said by saying it's common sense. Some people don't have that. Right? Like that threw me for a loop. Like, no, it's not that I have evidence. It's not that I have research. It's not that I even have uh the word of a trusted professional. Like he just No, it's just common sense. Yeah, that threw me for a loop. The 0 to 100 way in which this country just collapsed. I know. Oh, thank you. A Tribe Called Quest. You know what's so crazy is I love a Tribe Called Quest. Um, and I feel so lucky because I went to a show in Atlanta to see Tribe, and I just thought it was gonna be Q-Tip and the DJ whose name I forgot. I can't think of it. And Fife came out. Fife came on stage, so I got to see Fife and all of them together one last time before he passed. So that was really really awesome. Um, oh my God, it was stellar. This was like way back in the day. It was great. Um, let's see. That's yeah, it was awesome. I love Atlanta. I love America like to a degree. To be honest though, like I don't have a single patriotic bone in my body. I don't have an ounce of nationalism. I do not understand that at all. Please, 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 please help me explain what you like about America, what you like about being American. I genuinely would like to know what you're defending about, like, what's so great. Even like, okay, the social eugenics system is over. Then why do you call yourself a liberal? Uh, why do I call myself a liberal? Even though I'm not like a Democrat and I don't care for uh, America. I care for the people of America. I definitely want the best for Americans, but the the government, the state, the system of America, what has it done for me? What has it done for anybody who looks like me? What has it done for anybody who believes like me or people who don't believe like me? Um, yeah, maybe that's somebody calling to let me know right now. So just 1 second. Okay, I think I just missed you. If you want to try back. I'm so sorry. Yeah, if you want to try to call again, I think I picked up and it just sort of went dead. Um, yeah, my apologies. Feel free to call if anybody else who wants to interrupt. I'm definitely just filling the space, but this is your time. This is your space if you'd like to call and chat with someone who maybe thinks a little differently than you do. Again, I have much respect for and love for like Destiny and Javon Bradley and stuff, but that I am not here to debate anyone. I'm definitely interested more so in discussion and trying to find bridges between our ways of thinking. So yeah, that's me. I'm Sophie of sexwithsophie.com. I teach people how to talk to each other about sex and sexuality. So how I got into this space is kind of tangential just because I worked in the topics of like abortion and trans rights and LGBTQIA stuff with sexuality. And that seems to just morph into how much that's being targeted with so many of the politics these days. So that's what happened. Um, handouts after handouts for you is what? Like what? What's being handed out? Trump is destroying everything at record pace, right? Hey, friend, corporations have run our country for decades. Be nice to see that change soon. Hey, Wise. Yeah, I agree. The internet in your Section 8 is fire. Hi, this is Sophie. What's your name?
Hey, this is Tribe in the comment section.
Chive? Tribe!
Tribe. Hey, what's up?
Nothing. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I just want to show you some love.
Oh, thank you so much. No, I really appreciate that. Yeah, it's nice to see
So
like a
listen,
Bowie in this storm riddled sea here. So thank you so much for that.
oh my, listen. I just gotta say, we are in danger, and if your country is taking asylum seekers, I am here. I am ready. My bags are packed.
Oh my gosh.
This it is going downhill
Oh,
quick.
you know,
I
I
mean,
I hate to hear that only because like I have so much like survivor's guilt because I
mhm.
escaped, but I
um,
just I'm so sorry. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
no, for anybody that got out in time, because I mean, right now it's just looking like a straight line to authoritarianism, multiple constitutional crises, um, this attack on DEI. I mean, this is like the Southern strategy, but like mask off version of the Southern strategy.
Wow.
Um, yeah, no, firing inspector generals without going through the proper legal channels.
Yeah.
Um, Schedule F, Schedule F giving him so much executive authority that he can fire any civil servant and just replace them with loyalists.
Oh, from the
Um,
Chevron. Yeah.
yeah, Tulsi Gabbard from National Intelligence, even though she
Oh my
was on
God.
a terror watch list for her ties to Russia, or
Oh my gosh.
accused of being a Russian asset, was constantly on Russian state media propagating Putin's talking points.
Hmm.
Pete Hegseth with no qualifications to be in the position that he's being thrust, maybe being put into. We don't know if he's going to actually get into the nomination yet, but it is bad. It is bad. I
Yeah.
mean, he put a federal freeze on like all federal spending, and then it was like really confusing, and then he tried to rescind parts of it, and
Right.
it is.
And then the NSAID,
I
did you see that today? People
What was
can't get
that?
into the NSAID system. All the
Yeah,
Elon Musk also blocked the databases with everybody's like personal
that's another.
information in it. Yeah.
That's another thing. An unelected official who is not even from this country, not in any position of authority whatsoever.
Hmm.
The Doge is not an official government position that he is accessing information that only like a handful of people
Are
have
cleared
access
for.
to.
Right. Right.
Right. And
I
the fact that
yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, no, no. The
No, no,
fact
no,
that what?
you first.
No, no, the
Oh, no,
fact
I'm
that
just
what?
saying the fact that it's in someone like his hands is just scary. I mean, it's completely gone insane here.
Oh. Well, I will say you're not wrong. And it is scary and people have every right to be scared. And hopefully that fear keeps people's eyes open. Um but
Oh,
I
I hope so.
but I saw a amazing segment on The Daily Show uh with Jon Stewart, and he said something that really kind of like I was and he kind of got me back down to here. And he basically
Mhm.
said that we're so quick to be like that's fascist, and he's you know authoritarian, because it's got that flavor, but at the same
Right.
time he was democratically elected. He has the presidential power to make executive orders. He has the presidential power to um, appoint whoever he wants. They're going through the actual congressional hearing process, even though it's bullshit. And again, even though it has the flavor, he's still
Oh, absolutely.
utilizing the powers given to him. He's still within the bounds, and the things that he does do that overstep because he's a habitual line stepper. Um, they're getting checked, so the birthright citizenship thing, that's being checked. The
Right.
firing the inspectors general, that's being checked. He didn't do that with the proper documentation or reasoning or in the right time. Um, all the things that are blatantly unconstitutional are being checked, and then all the other stuff that like the mass deportations and all the things, as shitty as they are,
Oh,
they're
right. No,
within that's not authoritarian for him to actually just exercise the albeit unprecedented, daunting, overreaching power that he has. So as again, it's got the flavor. Shit ain't great,
oh
but
no, absolutely.
but it's not. We're not quite. We're not quite there yet. And I think it's like you said. There is a book called On Tyranny. Um, and there's just these sentiments that when we are faced with fascism and authoritarianism, which we are. So yes, tribe, you're hitting the nail on the head. We do need to stay vigilant, and we can't pre give our power to him or them, the billionaire class or whoever. So hopefully that gives you the same level of peace that it gave me, that at least he's still playing the game. He's not
Oh
just
no,
going off field just yet.
I and see, even in the fear that I have of what it's looking like,
Yeah.
because I know what the signs are pointing to,
Mm-hmm.
I still have some hope. I mean, the one thing that I mentioned in the comment section is the fact that, I don't want to leave my country because, I mean, my ancestors helped get us to this point.
Mm-hmm.
They helped carry the ball to this point. So I don't want to drop the ball.
Yeah.
Our ancestors, whether it be from the Appalachian regions or whether it be from the South,
Mm-hmm.
our ancestors gave us the tools to fight this. I mean, they went through Nixon, they went through Reagan and
Mm-hmm.
FDR. So I mean, they gave us the tools. So even in my doomist alarmist thinking,
Yeah.
absolutely can see a light. I absolutely can see a
Good.
light, and I think that Donald Trump is just stupid enough to fuck
Oh
this
my
up.
God. Do you like? I feel like you're in my head. Like I literally was just gonna say, oh, and another thing,
Oh
like
yeah,
that gives me some
oh yeah,
solace is that they're just so fucking dumb. They're so
oh yeah.
fucking stupid. In fact, like again, we have this litmus test with affirmative action being taken away, and it only hurt like white women and
Yeah.
Asians, like because they conflate DEI with black people. That's literally all they're saying when they're saying
Players
DEI is black people are less than and stupider and unqualified. That's what they're saying. So
right.
that's what they think. So go ahead, hey, do what you're gonna do, because the only people who are gonna be harmed by this are your people. So and we've seen this evidenced with what they just did with affirmative action. So I honestly, I'm kind of like, fine, we're just in FAFO season. Um,
I guess.
it,
Oh,
things aren't really going to be as bad for us as they think, because they're cutting off their heads despite their face, and
oh,
yeah, and like I said earlier, like the people who agree with him, the people who are like super white supremacists, uh, you're being racist, or why do you have to bring race into everything? Those people, like
right.
this is all they have. Like I can tell you like good music. I can tell you probably
You're
have
right.
a
No.
strong family and community to fall back on. Um, and I think I lost you. Are you still there?
I'm still here. I'm
Oh,
here.
I think.
I'm.
Oh, I
I'm
have
a.
another caller, but I'll wait. But but yeah, so we have so much, whereas like this hate, this trying to feel superior to, that's all they have. That's their whole identity, so I think it's kind of sad. I think it's kind of a blessing. I'm an atheist, but I do think it's a blessing that they're just so stupid, that
I mean,
they're going to shoot their own selves in the foot with all of this. And I'm so sorry, go ahead.
no. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I was thinking the same thing where Trump is so volatile that I see him honestly just running things into the ground, and then being the fall guy, and then a JD Vance, someone more smart, someone more well spoken, someone who is better at government takes over. Is what I could see happening. I don't think that Donald Trump has the mental capability to really go full tilt.
Well, I
Not
think,
without ending up in a prison.
well, we'll see, won't we? I guess
We,
is
well,
that's
that's the
all we can
scary
really
part.
say.
We'll see. It's a mixed bag. You do not know what you're about to get.
This is true.
But
At least it's going to be interesting. I just hate that, and I feel you, like that so many actual people and human beings and moms and dads and brothers and sisters, so many people are going to feel actual ramifications of these things. And even the loss of life with the plane crashes we're seeing and stuff, just from the bullshittery that he did with the FAA, and how he's not letting the NTSB do their job, and how he gutted the um, Aviation Security Administration and stuff like that. It's still like, it's sad that we're seeing the worst kind of effects with people actually dying, but at the same time, what more can we do? This is what we voted for.
yeah,
This is what we voted
and
for.
also go back to something
Yeah.
that you said earlier. Him using his means, like the means that he's already been afforded through our government. And that
Hmm.
falls on Biden, that falls on Obama, that falls on Bush, all of them.
Exactly.
100%.
Yo,
They all tip the scale
exactly.
somewhat. They all tip the scale. And I watched an amazing interview with Marcus Lamont Hill, and I think the guy's name was Chris Herbert,
Mm-hmm.
about how there's this constant battle where you have the Democrats who are the corporatists, and like the Republican side who is more so the oligarchy,
Mm-hmm.
and the Democrat, the corporatist side, they give leeway to oligarchies, but they also want a systems in place. Heavy. They still want a stable system,
Mm-hmm.
but with an oligarchy, it's chaos. They thrive in chaos. They
Mm-hmm.
get rich in pandemics and recessions and housing crashes and all that stuff.
Absolutely. I mean, you heard what Steve Bannon said about, just put everything out there, confuse them all. What
Oh
it
yeah,
Midas touched as weapons of mass distraction. So
exactly. I mean, you know what? Yeah, exactly what I just said. Steve Bannon also alluded to on that interview that you're talking about.
yeah, yeah. That's crazy. It's crazy times, but maintain that hope,
Absolutely.
man.
Oh no, absolutely. I'm doing what I can in my
Yeah.
community at least.
Exactly. And fall back on the fact that we have so much more that we live for, and so many other people that we live for. And we have good culture, we have good music, we have good food. We have our identities consist of so much more than just who we voted for. So,
Absolutely.
I gotta say, like, when we talk about supremacy, I think we got one up on them on that. So
I agree with you. They all talk like us. They dress like us.
yeah,
They
they want to
are.
be us. Exactly. They want the rhythm, but not the blues, and that's okay. Um,
There it is.
but
There
let
it
me
is.
let
Said it
me let
all.
you go, man. I really really appreciate you calling in, and thanks for the love.
No problem. No problem. I'm enjoying the live.
Yeah, please do, and call back anytime, man. I'm gonna be around.
All right, peace. I gave you a follow.
Oh, thank you. I'll get you back too. Okay. Oh, what a sweetie pie. There we go again. I keep getting like flagged for personal information, but I don't know what I said. What did I say that was personal information? I really don't know. Sorry. And again, yeah, if I'm on a call, I definitely try to focus on my guest. So I can try to go back and catch up on some comments that I might have missed, especially because my boy Wise is back on the scene. Let's see. And Sonic, hi, that is my girl. Oh my gosh. Hi, it's so beautiful to see some returning folks. Um, let's see. Oh my gosh, Wise. Wise. I feel like I'm gonna cajole and needle you until we're on the same page about something, man. Because I feel like, and again, correct. I still don't know if you're. You gotta tell me your pronouns. I still don't know what to call you. I'm sorry. And one second. Hi, this is Sophie. What's your name?
Alan?
Hi, Alan. What would you like
Alan?
to, Alan?
Yes.
Hi, what would you like to chat about?
Yes. Hello, I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Yeah. Oh, can you listen to me on whatever you're listening to the phone on? I can hear like a echo.
Just sorry, I was watching the TikTok.
Oh no, just whatever you're calling from. If you can just listen to me. I'm not even looking at the chat. I'm just talking to you.
Hello?
Hi, can you hear me now?
Hello?
Alan, can you hear me? Alan.
Hello?
Hi, I'm here. Can you hear
Hello?
me?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me, Alan?
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
I think you might want to try to call back. I'm not sure we're getting the best
Hello?
connection. I feel bad. I'm going to hang up, but if you want, try to
Hello?
try to give me a buzz back, okay? Thanks, sweetheart.
Hello?
Yeah, sorry. It's weird if you're trying to listen to the TikTok or wherever you're watching from, instead of the phone. Uh, let's see. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Wise. I see where you were saying how your daughter can now compete in sports against women instead of juiced up, confused men. You guys, I have a 2.5 hour long video that I did just after all this Olympics controversy to really try to break this down. And I'll spare you 2.5 hours by just saying that trans women competing in sports, it's just like a cis woman competing in sports if they're on HRT. And this is like post collegiate professional level, where that even starts to become an issue or a concern. Um, so, again, there's studies that have been done that show that uh, when it comes to athleticism and lung capacity and strength and all these different metrics, that trans women on HRT, for upwards of just 6 months even, have less capacity than cis women. So it's just not an issue. It really is not, I promise. So people seem to really be all up in arms about it. And also, like, how big of an issue is this really? There's like less than 1% of the population is trans. How many What's the percentage of them that are in professional sports or even high school or college sports? You know, it genuinely is not. It's genuinely not that serious. I promise. Um, you seem to have all the hate in your heart. Hope you find joy, like most of the other Americans. Of it's unfortunate you all have to create your own issues and versions to create your own problems. All races who chose. Do you know Obama built the cages for deportation camps? He did. He put on. He got his welding kit out and built those cages. Okay. Hi, this is Sophie. What's your name? Hi, is this Alan? Hello? Hello? Okay, sorry. I don't know what's up with the call. Sorry. Hopefully you can try again. Okay, thank you. You did just that. Hi, can you hear me now? Oh, hi. Hello. You're muted. So no one can hear that. What okay, well, that's okay. Got another hard R. Yeah, listen, call back. Like that's funny and cute, okay, but if you really want to chat, feel free to give me a buzz. I genuinely just can't have that kind of language on my lives because I get in trouble. I actually got banned from Instagram for a little bit because of some unfettered hard R's. And so yeah, feel free to give me a buzz back though. I'm not hanging up because of your language, just so you know. Hi, this is Sophie. What's your name? Hi, how can I help you? Can you hear me? I'm not sure I'm coming through.
Oogly oogly. Oogly oogly.
Hi, what's on your mind?
Oogly oogly.
What did I
Oogly
say
oogly.
that's really striking a chord for you?
I was just being childish. I'm liberal too. My fault. My
No,
fault. I
no,
don't
you're
do
fine. You're fine.
but I didn't think it was true. Like I didn't think that if I called that it was true. Like you were actually live answering the phone. So that is my apologies.
No, listen, no, it's fine. No, like, well, what's on your mind? Like, was there something that you did disagree with? Because I mean, we're
Oh
not a
no,
monolith just because we're liberal.
no, there's nothing I disagree with at all on your
Oh,
background. Like I absolutely love what you're doing and all that. So
oh,
I was just being childish, and then like because I really didn't think that you were gonna answer for real.
oh
So
my
when you
gosh.
answered, I didn't know what to do.
No, no, I'm here. I'm here for you. Yeah, if you think of something and you want to call back, I'm around. I might be
Dude, I love
gone
y'all. Give me
soon.
a follow. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow if not after a little bit. But thanks for calling.
All right,
Bye.
bye.
Oh, sweetheart. Oh my goodness. This is such a funny pattern, I gotta say. Like, I'll get people who call and maybe you don't believe me. Like, I want to talk to you. I want to know what you think and what's bubbling to the top for you, especially in these really tough times. So, like, I appreciate Tribe telling me how he still can find hope even though things are seem a little stacked against us. Like, it's okay. Um, so yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna catch up on all the comments, but I'll try to pick out some good ones and try to respond. Um, oh, okay. Wise. Just a little lesson. Pronouns, my friends, are not this woke thing. It's just grammar. Um, and honestly, Wise, I'm not saying it to needle you in that way. Like I like messing with you because I love you. I really do. But I'm asking because I see your picture and okay, I have glaucoma, I have an astigmatism, I have a cataract in my right eye. I'm not the person to try to judge what I'm looking at from a tiny ass circle with a red shirt. That's all I see. So I'm just genuinely asking, you know, what would you like to be called? Because I'm referring to you. And also pronouns, again, it's just grammar. It's just grammar. So I just want to make sure I'm being respectful of your chosen gender identity, friend. Um, but yeah, you even to say I don't use pronouns. I is a pronoun, sweetheart. So they, we, me, them, they, she, her, it, us, all pronouns. So you're not, I hate to say it. I keep throwing the word stupid around, and I know that's not very nice, but you don't sound bright when you say that you don't use pronouns. I don't use pronouns. Just think about it, okay? Um, let's see. Um, Hi, Maddie. Thanks for following. Everybody, yeah, if you're vibing, make sure you follow and check me out. I'm gonna try to stream every day around 5 p.m. Eastern roundabouts. I am very much on CP time, so yeah, that'll be what it's gonna be. But I will try to be around every day. This is just my third day streaming on TikTok, so I am really bowled over by. I've got return viewers. I've got people who are making all these wonderful comments and engaging, and I've got callers, and I'm just really blown away. Like, so thank you so much for your support and for, I guess, believing in discussion over debate and, you know, trying to find common ground with each other. Because as much as, yes, we're talking about DEI and we're talking about Elon Musk's, salute and whatnot and all these things, please know that it's not lost on me that all of that is just distraction, and all this is just a means to try to keep us separated and keep us arguing over the stupidest of shit. So, I'm here to say that, I don't give a fuck about DEI when it comes down to it. I care about you as a person. I don't care what Elon Musk is doing. I care about you, period. So, definitely let's keep that mentality moving forward. We're not on opposite sides. You are not my enemy. We are not adversaries, or here in where I live, they'd say adversaries, which is cute. But yeah, I definitely don't I don't want to make anybody feel like we're anything other than brothers and sisters and kin and kindred. So yeah, that's what this space is all about. I appreciate you joining me. It is almost 2 o'clock in the morning where I am, so I am feeling a little bit burned out, but very, very um, fired up by the engagement today. Thank you all so, so very much. Make sure you check out sexwithsophie.com, and you can have a free membership, or if you want to support with a monthly or quarterly membership, you get some extra perks. It's real fun stuff. I have tons of other videos on my YouTube channel and on my site. Of course, I have a Ask Sophie video advice column. I do it's a lot of fun. So check it out if you get the time and have the inclination. Otherwise, I'll try to be back again on the daily. Again, I have other shit happening in my life. I'm a mom of two. I do music. I write books. I have, it's a lot of other stuff happening in my world, but I'm committed to this. I'm committed to you. So I will try to open up again, Call a Liberal every day around 5 p.m. Eastern for your viewing pleasure. And again, thank you, TikTok, for welcoming me, and for everybody watching from Kick or X or Rumble. Thanks for tuning in as well. So yeah, thanks. I'm going to leave you with my final thought, as I always do, because I love you guys. I hope you will also love one another with permission. All right, bye.